This library has been the bane of my existence for 3 years now. From what I understand of their history, they were a bank until 1999, when then the police jury opened or bought them and then turned it into a library. And all I can, and in that time, I finally visit in 2022 and get arrested on that second floor, being accused of trying to reach the third floor. And it's been a saga for 3 years now, back and forth with the criminal allegation of failure to ID with them. I've spent almost 30 days in jail, over 10 hearings, countless hours preparing motions, going back and forth with the prosecutor, who's just down the street from here. And they've been life altering. This has been the most life altering experience for me out of over 1,000 libraries that I've visited. And it's like I leave and try to forget about it, try to put it behind me, and they put me on the NCIC. They put an arrest warrant on me for any state to pick me up. I get put on the NCIC. I come back and I'm permanently banned from the library. There's no visiting, there's no research that I could do to better myself. So it's really, I'm just walking this fine line of legality with what they're doing to me here. It's extremely frustrating. I don't know how other people deal with this. It's been extremely frustrating for me, and I'm going back and forth with their legal counsel on this, and it's really becoming a nightmare. I mean, more and more of a nightmare than what it's already started out as. And I'm going to show some documents to compare the advancements of this case. I want to make some comparisons here. Over the 3 years, the how this has changed has it's just gone through changes pretty much. I'm pretty much fighting two bloated legal organizations. All right, one is the district attorney, and the other is Goldweems, for the criminal and the civil aspects of this. And they're bloated and extremely secretive. Even though they got all those people working for them, they're extremely secretive about the information when they shouldn't be. They think that they need to be acting this way, but the law says that otherwise. So recently I have this motion to dismiss my monetary claim. I put in the lawsuit $300,000 claim, and now I'll dismiss it. I'm not aware of lawsuits where they don't ask for money, so I just put it in. I guess I could have just only stuck with suing to have the library lift a permanent lifetime ban against me only by itself. I've just never heard of that happen before. But now I'm going through the process of removing the $300,000 claim, and the library's lawyers, the bloated law firm of Goldweems, has proposed to do a joint venture on this. He doesn't even acknowledge he doesn't say anything about my motion that I had ChatGPT make, but they're both here so we can compare both together. My suggestion, and then I asked, before I submit mine, I'm interested in seeing what you have to suggest then, because he said we could file a joint venture, and there is a big difference between our motions, between what their bloated law firm came up with and what ChatGPT can come up with. All right, so after them seeing my motion proposal to stay me, it took them a week to come up with this. So this is their response. I'll show mine. Mine was just kind of a quick ChatGPT put up. I think they wrote theirs by hand. But they at least they refer to something about 1671. They make one reference. They make it very short. This is only like a page. About something judicial economy. Granted. Okay. All right. It's like a lot of, and look at this. It goes sideways. A lot of this is a lot of the room they take up are the names for their bloated law firm. Multiple names on here. Attorneys for the defendant to look intimidating. Whereas for me, I don't put ChatGPT. I just put myself. But whatever. It's not about the names that you put. It's about the quality and the body of your work, in my opinion, and how much bravery you can show in court. And this is what I have submitted to David Stamey yesterday, the clerk of court. It looks a little different than what I proposed, but I mean, all I did different was add the at the bottom the certificate of service. That was it. But this has more information. I asked ChatGPT, and we'll make that comparison. I asked ChatGPT which motion looks better, and it said mine does because it offers a more thorough argument and more references, better references. Not just that 1671. Did I even mention 1671? I got the legal bases of different articles there. You know, I don't even see 1670. Now that I'm looking at it again, I thought I put that. That's... I got all these other articles. Why didn't I mention 1671? See, that's the thing. I guess I should have looked at it closer. I was assuming that I had that in here. This is what I'm submitting too. I got 1313. Which is the more correct one? I might have made a mistake now. They mentioned 1671. I mentioned 1313. I didn't double check my work. Okay, so I think I know why Goldweems suggested that we have a joint filing, because they wanted to make it look like I was dismissing the whole lawsuit through 1671. Both ChatGPT and Google Gemini say that it's just a general article, and it could make it look maybe like I'm dismissing the whole claim. So I see why it wasn't mentioned now. I get a little concerned when I use ChatGPT 4.0. I'm confident it can pass a bar exam, but 0.1 is a little better. Just I have to use 0.1 with a limited purpose, because you're only allowed to use it 25 times per week. But yeah, I'm finding that I mean, these people are not to be trusted, from the library to everyone in this whole city. They just can't trust anybody. They want to keep everything secret, and then have things manipulated. And I think it's because they're just angry people. They put this exterior of like, I don't know, respect or something. They put on this facade of respect, but it's really a disrespectful area in general. And if you're disrespectful outright, oh God forbid, you're the northerner who's disrupting their way of doing things. But I mean, you can either be disrespectful in the background or up front. I prefer up front, honestly. Um, but yeah, the way these people have been talking to me, and I mean, they represent the library, so it's the library. The way the library has been talking to me has been very disrespectful. They submit a motion right on Christmas Eve and wish me a Merry Christmas Eve, Merry Christmas. You know, that was an insult. And then last night, they submit another motion after waiting 30 days. I wait 30 days for evidence from the library, and then I submit my warning, my amicable letter saying let's talk this over before I file a motion to compel. And then so he's like, okay, I just asked him today if I asked the library if they'd dig up that information. So they wait 30 days and do nothing. And then I give a warning about motion to compel, and that's when they finally decide to look into the evidence. Whereas I submitted my evidence within days after them asking me for my evidence, and they warned me about compelling and all this stuff. But they sit on it until the last minute with evidence. Something that's, you know, I need for my lawsuits. I don't know exactly who to sue. I need a name. Who's enforcing this lifetime ban? I need that person in court. But yeah, they wished me a Merry Christmas after he submitted that motion on Christmas Eve. And then yesterday, I mean, it's supposed to be really inclement weather, and he's like, oh, I hope you stay warm, because he knows I'm homeless, and he, you know, submitting his response to me in this inclement weather, wishing I stay warm. I mean, it's just another insult. I mean, this is the same law firm that tried to get me banned from submitting public records requests, a protective order. He tried to get a protective order against me for submitting public records requests from the city. So they're really nasty people. And he thought that would be a good idea before Judge Ousley, a city judge. I mean, it was obvious. I mean, pretty clear that I was going to fail, but it's an insult because he's making an open request right in front of me, right in open court, for this protective order, something that should never be approved unless there's some in the most extreme cases. So I mean, they've just been so nasty to me all around, up and down, back and forth, and they just, when I want to leave, they're like crabs grabbing me. If I want to leave the tank, they're like crabs grabbing me and trying to pull me back in and torture me some more. And I can't be the only one getting tortured like this. It's the punishment for visiting Louisiana, and every day I curse it, and I imagine how much better it'll be if once I can get back on the road traveling again.